River, I'm crossing you in style, wider than a mile someday. You heartbreaker, you moon taker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. It's such a lovely world to see. Hey, Tubies. Heartbreaker, moonraker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Moon river, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style one day. Hey, TV's the Psychic Bob, and I'm here at Lamb Chop. Well, we're running a little behind tonight. I had some technical issues, but I think we're broadcasting. I think we're here, and I'm so glad you guys are here with us. Welcome to our show tonight. You having a good time, Lamb Chop? Yeah, well, I tell you, Lamb Chop and I, we've had a busy day. It's been my day off, but it's like, you ever have a day, it's like no matter how much hours you have, you still never get everything done. Well, that's how it's been for us today. Baroness Nicole Bobs and I went out to lunch today, had a lot of fun. And I tell you, it just seems like the day gets away from you. But here we are. It's now Monday evening. And you know what we do on Mondays? We have our horoscope show, our astrology talk. By the way, speaking of all things astrological, I hope that you guys know that I'm putting out 2 videos a day now, aren't I, Lamb Chop? This morning I put out a 60-second short called Today's Astrology. Every day of the week now, we're going to have a little astrology video. And so if you haven't seen that, definitely look for that. That's on Instagram or what's it called? Instagram, TikTok, or here. So on Instagram and TikTok, I'm known as Psychic Bob, and here at Spirit Channel. So these are the shorts. They're 60 seconds. Yay, Devilish says, I saw that. Thanks so much. Well, you are welcome. Yeah, I'm trying to get those out early on the morning before noontime so that everybody gets a little help to start your day off, okay? Maris Close says, hello, Bob. You can do a lot in 60 seconds. Well, I don't know. It's been 6 hours and I still haven't got everything done. There's Jack Danhauser. Haven't been here in a while. Just got off work. It's good to see you again. Well, thank you, Jack. Welcome. Lamb Chops aside, too. All right. Isn't that great? Jack's back with us. Well, welcome. There's Mystical Traveler. Yay. There's Stardust C is here. Gosh, we got a lot of people here, don't we, Lamb Chop? Yeah. Well, Lamb Chop, I got to talk to everybody. Can you go over there and sit down just for a little while? Well, I don't have any tea today. I've been running late. I didn't make a cup of tea. But I got some water. You want some water? All right, here's some water. There. Is that good? All right, there. You got some water. All right, well, why don't you go over there and sit down? I can talk to everybody, okay? All right, there you go. Oh, my gosh. Look who's all here. Let's see. There's Mystical Traveler here. Yeah, there's Robin Boston. Yay. Robin says, I saw that one today on Instagram. I liked it. Wonderful. There's Robert Stevens. Hi, Robert. Good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, there's Christine C. is here. Christine says, I felt drained today. I'm late to the gym. I know it's been kind of a crazy day here for me, but I'm just glad you're here. By the way, we got new people in the house. If you're new here, welcome to Spirit Channel. My name is Psychic Bob Hickman. I'm a psychic, a medium, and an astrologer all in one, and I have a lot of fun, There's Denise D is here. She said, had a horrible day. I'm so sorry, Denise. Golly gee, that's terrible. Well, we're going to look at astrology tonight, Denise, and maybe that'll make you feel just a little better, okay? Well, anyways, tonight, every Monday we gather and talk about astrology. So I guess on Monday you get two astrology shows. You get the morning short, which is 60 seconds. And then this evening you get your individual horoscopes. That's right. We're going to spin around the Zodiac wheel. And I'm going to give the Zodiac horoscopes for all 12 Zodiac signs. But before we get into that, I just wanted to take a minute here to, again, just recap some of the major astrological events that are going on. I made a little error in this morning's program. Gasps, shock, and awe. Psychic Bob made an error. I did. This morning I told everybody, because I was looking at the chart, and we were 1 degree off of moving the sun into Virgo. And I said, today in the next hour, the sun is moving into Virgo. I don't know what Psychic Bob's thinking. It takes about a day to move a degree. And anyways, Virgo, the sign of Virgo, doesn't start till August 23rd. Look at my chart. There is August 23rd to September 22nd. So I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking that it was going to be in the next hour. All right, so let me correct from this morning. We're right on the cusp of moving from Leo, the sun, this is our big sun, is moving from Leo into Virgo. It'll be tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, we're going to be in the sign of Virgo. And I want to give a big shout out to our Virgo babies. Let's see. We're going to be in Virgo, the sign of Virgo, from August 23rd through September 22nd. So happy birthday to our Virgos. I love Virgo. Virgo is the sign that is the mother nurturer. It's a sign of the goddess. And Virgo people are earth signs. And they tend to be very balanced, very protective, very nurturing. I just love Virgos. My brother Mark, New Mexico Mark, who many of you know, he's a Virgo. So shout out to Mark. If you see this, happy birthday. He's got a birthday coming up. But I want to just, welcome anybody here. If you're a Virgo today in the chat, let me know. I'd love to give you a shout out and wish you a happy birthday. So happy birthday in advance to our Virgos. And Psychic Bob has to wake up. I didn't have my tea when I did that video. And I said, we're going to be in Virgo in about an hour. We're 1 degree away. Well, see, every wheel, everything in the zodiac, each segment, each sign, each house is actually 30 degrees. So in a year, you have to complete the whole circle or cycle, which is 360 degrees. So each zodiac sign is about a month. So it makes sense. 1 degree a day, 30 days in a month, 30 degrees. Okay, you see where we're going with the math on that? So anyways, Psychic Bob was all confused this morning. Well, the good news is that today, though, we have our moon square Jupiter today. This is going to bring a sense of well-being. Now, I know some of you here had a rough day, but overall, that transit, that moon square Jupiter means this week, overall, you're going to feel a little more balanced, a little more peaceful. As that sun moves into Virgo, that's going to shift our energy from fire energy, which can be chaotic at times. It's good, but it can also be chaotic, into earth energy. We're going to feel a little more stable tomorrow. We still have moon square Jupiter tomorrow. So there'll be an easier day tomorrow for everybody. I'm going to, almost don't want to promise it, but I'm going to go ahead and promise it, okay? And we also have another thing, which I didn't talk about in this morning's astrology, was Venus is quintile Mars. What does it mean? Quintile is a favorable aspect. It's 72 degrees. It means the planets give power to each other, okay? And so Venus quintile Mars says, ooh, this week, things is going to heat up. You're going to look sexy and feel sexy. Turn on that sex appeal, a little flirtation, a little romance, a little love. Whoa, it's love week here, I'm telling you. So guess what? If you guys are having a rough day, and we're all maybe a little off kilter today, don't worry. Psychic Bob was just enthusiastic about that Virgo. We're going to get it all starting tomorrow. So if you've had a crazy day, don't you worry, okay? Yeah, Robert Steve says Venus and Mars talking again. Oh, yeah, they're talking. Remember that book that came out years ago? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Well, it's the truth, isn't it? So, anyways, that's a little snapshot of our day. By the way, our moon is in the sign of Cancer, which is going to put you in touch with that deep emotional psychic self. So trust your inner feelings, take things slow, be calm, and be open to love this week because that's in the stars for a lot of you. All right. So there you go. That's a snapshot, a little further info from what we got this morning. You know, in the early morning videos, I can only have 60 seconds to do it. So, you know, to cram astrology into 60 seconds is quite a skill. I challenge any of you to try it. I think you might go, wow, that's hard to get that all in. But if you haven't seen it, go watch my morning video. When you go to my YouTube channel, if you go all the way to the bottom, there's a section called Shorts, and that's where those will be posted every day. Okay, or you can just look up my videos. All right. Well, I'm just glad you're here. Well, we're going to spin around our big zodiac wheel and see what is in the stars for all of you. By the way, how do you like my shirt and I'm wearing and my jewelry? Y'all are always saying, what are you wearing, PsychicBob? I got on my astrology constellation shirt. This is the signs of the zodiac. And I don't know if you can see it here, but it's got star patterns. They all glow in the dark. When I first got this shirt, I turned off the lights at night and I had it on. I was getting ready for bed and I turned it and my shirt started glowing. It freaked me out because I didn't realize I had bought a glow in the dark shirt. Anyways, kind of cool, isn't it? And I've got on a little Aquarius pendant today because you know I'm crazy about astrology. This is my little Aquarius. Aquarius symbol is the water bearer. And this is my little water bearer in silver. He's a little man flying through the air, pouring a vase of water, a jar of water. Isn't that cool? So water bearer, the Aquarian water bearer. So there you go. That's what PsychicBob's got on my astro gear. Woo, because I am an astro witch. Don't mess with me. Step back. I got the star power with me. And PsychicBob's a little cray-cray today. I got to look at the planet Uranus because that makes me go a little loopy sometimes. I haven't checked that alignment. All right. So what do we got going on? Well, we're going to start and spin around our big wheel. I'm going to give the horoscopes for all 12 zodiac signs, okay? And if you don't know what sign you are, first of all, I'll be surprised. Most everybody knows their sign. But if you don't know, don't worry. You're going to learn it here. After I say each sign, I'll give the birth date range. And when you hear the sign that has your birth date, that's your sign, okay? Now, I get this every week, no matter how many times I say it. People write and say, well, PsychicBob, I don't know. I don't like you because you said that I'm an Aries, and the other astrologer said I was a Pisces. Because my old astrologer told me that Pisces goes to March 21st. And you're telling me Aries starts on March 21st. What am I? Well, really, you're a little bit of both signs. All right. You're born what we call on the cusp. So listen to both horoscopes. What we can do is if you hire me to do your astrology chart, which I do private charts, we'll find out exactly which one you are because each year the signs flip back and forth by a day or two. So you might be an Aries or you might be a Pisces, depending on the year you were born. But I can find that for you. But anyways, until the meantime, don't let it stress you. Just listen to the signs. You'll get a sense of which one you feel you are. And then just you can name and claim whatever sign you want. Okay? So you get 2 horoscopes. How's that? All right? All right. All right. So what are we going to do? We're starting with Aries. Hello, Aries babies. Aries is, hold on, I can't read my notes here, March 21st through April 19th, okay? Right now, Aries, you've got Jupiter retro in your 3rd house. What's that mean? You've got to be patient for success. Success is coming, but you've got to keep your focus and be patient. Don't push things right now. Wait, watch, and see. For those of you Aries who are looking for jobs, it may be a little nail-biting time because you're thinking, am I going to get it? Am I going to get it? According to the astrology, This week is a good week, but you're going to have to be patient, wait, observe, and watch. Okay. For those of you Aries doing business deals, same advice. Okay. Wait, watch, be patient, and your agenda will move forward. Okay. So there you go. That's Aries. All right. Next sign on our wheel is Taurus, April 20th through May 20th. All right, Taurus. So this week, Taurus, it's about breaking out of limiting patterns. Taurus, sometimes you like to play it safe. Sometimes you like to do things by the book. This week, Taurus, you have my permission, well, really not my permission. You have the cosmos's permission, okay, to break out of your patterns. Change things up. Do things differently. Go at your approach from a different direction. You'll find that not only will you have better success this week, you'll find a sense of renewed interest, renewed inspiration. If you're feeling a little flat this week, Taurus, that is definitely a sign you got to break out of your patterns, change your habits, and tackle life and business and love. All of those are included for you in a new way. All right. So don't limit yourself. Don't say, well, my dad did it this way, and my father, his father before him ran the business this way, and I have to do it this way. Taurus, you are a leader, a natural born leader. You can break the patterns and start new radical behaviors and ideas, put them in motion, and you are going to rock it. All right. So that's what you got to do this week, Taurus. Break out of the old cycles and think new. All right. There we go. Yay, Taurus. Next sign on our wheel is Gemini, May 21st through June 20th. Now, what do we got going on for our Geminis? Okay, this week, Gemini, you are the consummate artist. You're going to be feeling inspired. You're going to want to draw. You're going to paint. You're going to want to write a book. You're going to create music. Give in to that creative inspiration. The spirit and the cosmos are working with you. You've got Mars right now in your 5th house that is propelling all this energy. If you're a Gemini and you're trying to start a business, it's a great week to really focus on marketing. Or if you're a Gemini looking for a job, think of creative ways to spice up your resume and go with the flow. Don't follow the norms. Similar to the Taurus, you have to be kind of radical. You know, artists at their core are radical. And this week, Gemini, the artistic impulse is what is leading you. Maybe you're a Gemini and you think, gee, I've always wanted to go to the art gallery and I never have. Get in your car, jump on your bus, go on your scooter, and go to the art gallery. Get in the flow of the spirit of creativity. Go to a concert, go buy a camera and explore photography. I don't care what you do, but make sure you have fun with it. Be creative. That opens up energy that moves your life forward. All right. The idea of saying, well, I'll stay in the office an extra 3 hours today and work harder. It ain't going to work for Gemini. Get out of the office, go to an art museum or an art gallery, have fun, be inspired, go to a concert. That's your secret to success. All right. Have fun and you will succeed. All right. There's our Gemini. Woo. All right. Next sign on our wheel is Cancer. Our moon, by the way, is in Cancer today. Love Cancer energy. June 21st through July 22nd. Okay. Cancer, right now, you've got the moon in the 7th house, in your 7th house. What's that mean? It means that business and romance are going to mix this week. You might be trying to be all business, but you might find that your business associate suddenly has a wonderful glow about them. Their eyes sparkle. Your eyes sparkle. I know they say never mix business and romance, but you know what, Cancer? This week it's probably going to happen. So just be open to it. Now, if you're a Cancer and you're in a committed relationship, my goodness, don't break your vows or anything like that. But, know that that energy could be present. You might not be the one to flirt, but somebody might flirt with you, okay? Take it as a compliment. Stay loyal to your partner, of course. So no cheating. I'm not encouraging any of that. But I'm saying there's a little extra spice in your day, a little bit of drama and intrigue. And if you're, somebody who works with your partner, Well, this is going to be a great week for you guys. So, Cancer, be open to some flirtation. Business and romance is going to mix very well for those of you who are single and uncommitted. Be open to it. It might just happen. All right. So, love is in the air for the Cancers. Just go with the flow. All right. Baroness Cola Bob's just says, actually, mixing business with pleasure works well for Bob's and me. LOL. It does. All right. So there you go. All right. Cancer, if you were a Cancer, I were a Cancer. Boy, that'd even be a good week for us. But that's all right. We're in the flow with our power. So there you go, Cancer. That's your horoscope for this week. All right. Next sign on our wheel is Leo, and that's July 23rd through August 22nd. All right, Leos, this week it is your time to put on your detective cap. This is a week where you want to be a sleuth. You want to go into the mysteries, uncover truth. You're going to find, this week, Leos, that, normally Leos are outward going, bigger than life. This week, Leo, it's a little more quiet. It's an introspective. It's going on a mission to uncover facts. If you're in a job where there's scandal and intrigue, don't just listen to the rumor mill. Investigate it. Find out what's true. Maybe you heard a rumor that the company's going to be bought out by another company. There's going to be everybody laid off. Don't just listen to the rumors. This week, investigate the rumors. You have the power to go deep, to find out the truth, to uncover the hidden mysteries. This also, Leo, can work for you in terms of your spiritual life this week as well. You have the power this week to go into the mysteries. Maybe you're a Leo and you've always said, gee, I'd love to study psychic development. Why don't you sign up for my psychic development class this Saturday? Maybe you want to take a class on astrology. Maybe you want to learn mediumship. Think about the mystical occult things. This energy this week can also be used in those areas. So Leo, put on your detective cap. Go uncover the truth, delve into the mysteries. And that is your horoscope for this week. All right. By the way, did I mention the time frame for this video? It's for Monday, August the 22nd through next Sunday, August the 28th. So the 22nd through the 28th of August, 2022. All right. There we go. All right. And then we spin around to Virgo. I know you Virgos are just eager, waiting in the house, because Psychic Bob got you all wound up today saying we're moving into Virgo. Well, it won't be till tomorrow morning, but that's all right. So Virgo, your sign is August 23rd. August 23rd. And today's the 22nd. One more degree and we'll be in till September 22nd. Okay. This week, Virgo, for you, it's about being a channel of inspiration. You're going to feel that words are coming to you. You Virgos are going to be feeling like you want to say something. Go ahead and interject your words, because you will find this week, Virgo, you're a channel of inspiration and healing words. The secret for you this week, Virgo, is don't just open your mouth at any time. Stop, say, I open to be a channel, and see what comes through. Make a conscious choice to channel your words, and you will find that you do a lot of good this week. You're going to inspire people. You're going to heal people. You're going to be a source of good in the world, a source of upliftment. Okay? So there you go. Okay, so that is your work this week, Virgo. Channel words of healing, inspiration. Channel words of knowledge. Be a light to those around you. Be a mystic channel of truth, light, and love. So mote it be. Whoo, Virgo, it's going to be good for you this week. All right. Oh, Baroness Colobobs, thank you. Baroness says, she's our moderator, says, that reminds me, for those who applied for the private seance, a link will be sent out on Wednesday. Yes, this Wednesday at 7 p.m., we're holding a private seance on Zoom. For those of you who haven't paid your invoices, if you're not going to attend, please let us know, because we have a waiting list. Okay. So thank you for your support. So this Wednesday is our seance, Wednesday night. We will have Wiccan Wednesday earlier in the day. We're going to talk about Lord Krishna. Won't that be fun? The mystical blue lord. All right. So there you go. All right. Next sign on our wheel is Libra, September 23rd through October the 22nd. All right. All right. Libra, this week for you, it's about being a healer. Like the Virgos, similar to Virgos, you're going to be a presence that's healing. You want to think, though, Libra, this week in terms of what burdens can you lift off of somebody? Maybe you have a family member who's just going through a hard time. They just need somebody to, help them with washing their car because they're so overwhelmed. Just do little tasks, little chores this week, Libra, that help people find their way back. You might find, Libra, that just taking your neighbor to the grocery store, an older neighbor who doesn't drive, will change their whole week. So be a presence of good. Help remove burdens where you can. Now, of course, Libra, don't overwhelm yourself and wear yourself out. I mean, you've got to keep balance. But this week, you're going to find that there's some little things you can do. And though they might seem small to the person you're helping, they're going to make all the difference in the world. So Libra, this week you get to be the peacekeeper, the healer, the nurturer, and seek out those who need a little help and be the help that they need. All right. So there you go, Libras. Woo, Libras are good. Libras and Virgos, hang out with them this week. You'll be taken care of. All right. Next sign on our wheel is Scorpio, and Scorpio is October 23rd through November 21st. Scorpio, you're ready for changes. A lot of you right now are kind of career path changes, a lot of energy around Scorpio to kind of break out of cycles. This week, Scorpio, for you, what you want to do is go back and look at like what were old skills, old talents, old things you used to do. There's a saying that I love, and this really applies for Scorpios this week. All that is old is new again. Like, for example, let me give you an example of how this works. Back in the old days, in the 1970s, when Psychic Bob first did astrology, I know I'm showing my age, aren't I? Of course, I always tell Baroness Cola Bobs, between facelifts and hair dye, I'll never age. But back in the 1970s, we didn't have computers. I know that's shocking for some of you younger people. But do you know how we used to do astrology charts? We actually would hand plot them. We'd get a piece of paper and a compass, and we'd measure out 30-degree increments. And then we'd get a book called an ephemeris, and it would give us the planetary angles and placements. We'd have to hand plot stuff on paper. We didn't have computers. That's how we used to do charts. Okay? Now, a lot of people say, oh, that's old-fashioned. Who wants to do that? Okay? But if you're a Scorpio, that might be something you want to explore. An old skill that has gone out of fashion, bring it back. I bet you if I started doing hand-plotted astrology charts today, it would sell because people are like, nobody does it like that. That's kind of cool. And what the astrologers would do, they'd hand plot the charts and then write up a summary about it. Now, some astrologers, what they do is they take that chart they plotted by hand, then they put it on a big poster and hand paint the chart for people. I bet some of you have seen that. Robin, I wonder if you remember that when people used to take their charts and then turn them into an artwork, and they would paint the chart that they did by hand on like a poster type paper. And so you got an actual hand painted chart. Robin Boston loves astrology, and she's been doing it as long as I have. So Robin, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that. Robin Boston, if you remember the hand painted charts. And astrologers would make a lot of money because they could do your chart, do a reading, but then they could also sell you a beautiful, and I wish I had bought one back in the day, hand-painted chart. And they would usually have it framed, or you might get it framed. Robin says, I remember. Yeah. You don't see that anymore. So, the reason I'm saying this for you Scorpios, right, this is an example of review the old skills from the past. Consider bringing some of those talents back. Because all that is old is new again. All right. Maybe you're a Scorpio and you used to do programming and basic computer language. And you think nobody uses BASIC. Everybody programs in C plus or plus 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 or whatever they call it. Maybe if you're looking for a job, put that on your resume that you do basic programming. They might say, wow, that's a cool skill. We'd forgotten about that. But by the way, we have an old computer that needs repaired. You just landed a job. So all that is old is new again. That's what you want to remember, Scorpio. All right. So there you go. Woo, Scorpio. All right. Sagittarius. All right. You know, my mom was a Sagittarius. She loved being a Sagittarius. November 22nd through December 21st. All right, Sagittarius. This week, really very similar to the Virgo. You share some similar energies this week. Sagittarius, you want to be the light to others, okay? You're going to find this kind of coincidence going on, which really isn't a coincidence. But you're going to end up being at the right place at the right time with the ability to help somebody. So Sagittarius, be an open channel to be of help. Maybe it's just saying a word. Maybe it's helping a person, you know, it's on the side of the road that's lost their way and their car's broken down. They don't know what to do. Maybe it's, you know, just walking through the local shopping center and helping somebody like carry their groceries to their car. You know, this week, Sagittarius, you are going to be the light to others. Sagittarius will find, similar to the Virgos, that words of inspiration are going to flow through them. All right, there's Devilish as a Sag. Yay. All right, so Devilish, this is for you too. All right. So this week, Sagittarius, be present, be a light to others. This is a really great week for Sagittarius to get up every day, and I want you guys that are Sagittarius especially to do this. Get up and say, how can I be of service to the cosmos? Spirit people, heaven guide me, and watch what will happen. You will get opportunities to be a blessing. And you know, we're all here to be a blessing to each other. But so many of us forget it, don't we? We get worried about our own issues. This week, Sag, I'm going to say to you, forget your own issues. Think of everybody else. This will bring you not only happiness, joy, and success, it will increase your own light quotient, and you're going to find a lot more blessing. Hey, there's my buddy Gary M. Hey, Gary, good to see you. All right. Thank you so much. So, yay, Gary's here. Thank you, Devilish. Good. I'm glad you like that. So, you Sagittarius, there's your horoscope. All right, next sign on our wheel is Capricorn. And I think we have some Capricorns in the house. All right, Capricorn, December 22nd through January 19th. All right, you know, Capricorns, this week it's all about focus on goal attainment, goal achievement. All right, you want to work with your higher self, Capricorn. This week it's about using that higher self knowledge. It's not about getting caught up in the world and everybody's opinions. It's about going within and listening to your higher self. Do you know we all have a higher self? It's that inner voice of wisdom and truth. And you don't have to be a professional psychic to tap it. You just have to know to slow down and to listen. Okay? So this week it's about focusing on alignment with the higher self and about attaining your goals through the higher self. All right? So don't listen to the world around you. People will be giving you advice, Capricorn, do this, do that, do this, do that. Stop and say, Capricorn, what does my inner voice say? And if your inner voice gives you a message that's different than everybody around you, trust it. Go with it. Flow with the higher self, and you are sure to have success. So this is a time, Capricorn, to plot your course ahead. Plan your next moves. Plan your career moves. Plan your life moves. But listen to the higher self, and you will rock it. And everybody else will go, well, golly gee, how'd that Capricorn person do that? I can't believe it. I swear they'd never pull it off. But see, they don't know. It's the higher self. That's where the power is. So that's your power this week, Capricorn. Name it and claim it. Whoa, and be glorified. Ooh, I had to get it in. I'm going to be in trouble bearing this. She might ban me from my own channel. You know, I get excited about astrology. I just love it. It's my passion in life. Do you know, by the way, I was going to tell you guys, it's funny because if you read, books about astrology, or particularly the sign of Aquarius, it says that one of the best careers for Aquarians, Robin said, uh-oh, he said it. Oh, no, he said, I said it. One of the best careers, and listen for the Aquarius because we're getting ready to do Aquarius horoscope, is astrology. So if you're an Aquarius, most Aquarians have a natural affinity for astrology. Why is that? Well, our heads are always up in the stars. You know, one of the traits of Aquarius is that we're always up in the clouds. So if your head's up in the clouds, guess what? You can start looking for the star patterns. So, but seriously, the way Aquarians are, our mind connects with astrology. It's an Aquarian trait. So that's why I've been into astrology since. All right, wait a second. I'm gonna put a quiz out here. Who in the chat? This will be for a bonus question for you. Who in the chat knows? And Cola, you can't do this because you know it. Who in the chat knows what year Psychic Bob started studying astrology? What year was it that I started studying astrology? All right, put it in the chat. All right, next sign is Aquarius. All right, so Aquarius. Aquarius, January 20th through February 18th. All right, Aquarius, it's getting real. It is getting real today. You know what? You are in the occult mystical power mode. For you Aquarians, this week it's about acquiring a knowledge of the occult. Maybe you're an Aquarius and you've been wanting to study spiritualism. Or maybe you're an Aquarius, you want to study the mysteries of astrology. Or maybe you've been wanting to learn the tarot. Or maybe you've been wanting to learn how to gaze into the mystic crystal ball. If you're an Aquarius this week, put your focus on it. Learn it. Absorb it. It's going to enrich your life. All right, who's got it? Let's see. Oh, there's Ponderous Prose. Ponderous Prose got the quiz, I think. Hold on, Ponderous. You're the first one. Ponderous Prose got it. 1978. That's right. 1978, I started studying astrology. I'm impressed that you know it. Very good. All right. Yay. I'll let you ask a question here a little later. All right. So, very good. So, Aquarius, this week, delve into those occult mysteries, all those mystical things you've been wondering about. Don't put it on the shelf. Make it your prime focus this week. You know, I just love crystal gazing, and I work a lot with my crystal ball. This is a good week for me to work on my scrying. I'm going to work on my crystal ball work. I'm going to work on my gazing mirror work. I'm going to explore the scrying mysteries. That's one of my passions as well. So I'm going to do that along with my astrology. So I'm going to have an occult mystical learning week. So Aquarius, pick up your books, pick up your magical devices. Maybe you've been wanting to study Wicca. That would fall into it. And delve into the ancient mysteries, the occult mysteries. That's your work, Aquarius. Don't worry about the rest. Do that and you'll be blessed. How's that? Don't worry about the rest. Do that and be blessed. Glorified. Oh my gosh, I'm in trouble now. Look out. Thank you. Yeah, Ponders, you have been here a long time. Long-time fan and subscriber. Thank you, Ponders, for your support. All right. I'll let you ask an astrology question. I'll make sure you get that in for you. Okay. Now, next sign on our wheel is Pisces. Woo, Pisces, Pisces. Swimming like the fish, swimming like the fish, swimming like the fish. Hey, hey. All right. Pisces, February 19th through March 20th. All right. This week, Pisces, guess what? You are flash with the cash. That's true. Pisces, you're going to find that you have extra this week. Don't ask me where it comes from. This universe is sending a little extra money, a little extra time. It doesn't have to just be money. It can be your time and talents that you give. This week, Pisces, you want to focus on being a channel of material blessing to those in need. Maybe you have a neighbor who their car tire is flat and they don't have $80 to have it repaired. But you know you could give them a spare tire and fix it yourself and save them $80. Be the channel of material blessings this week. Pisces, you, like the Aquariuses, are always up in the ethers. But this week, Pisces, it's about being present, being very practical, and being materially focused. You're going to find, Pisces, that in work, that you, as I said, are flashing the cash. If you're a Pisces this week and you're looking to get a raise, guess what? Look like it's coming. You're a Pisces waiting on a job, looks like it's coming. The universe is going to give you material blessings, but the thing is you must share those with those around you this week. If you're a Pisces and you said, you know what, I got an extra $50 to blow this month, okay? Why don't you see if you have a neighbor who doesn't have food? You know, I know an elderly person that used to live, well, it's a long time ago, they used to live in my building, and they would not eat some days. They'd say, well, I haven't eaten because I don't have any money. Go find that neighbor. Maybe buy them a bag of groceries or slip them a little cash, you know. Be the presence of God, the presence of divinity, and provide for those in need as you can. Okay? And that's what you got to do. Okay? There's Stardust C says it was 1978. Yes, it was 1978. I started studying astrology. You got it. Christine C says 1977. No, Christine, it wasn't 77, but I think you're channeling my youth, because in 1978, we bought right at the beginning of 78, we bought a 1977 Thunderbird, Ford Thunderbird. And when I got my first astrology book, I was riding in a 1977 Thunderbird. So you remember the 1970s cars? They were really great. They were giant, big gas guzzlers. Not that I'm saying wasting gas is good, but the 70s had big boat cars. And we had a really nice big Thunderbird. If you guys want to see what type of car I used to travel around, look up 1977 Ford Thunderbird. It was a big luxury car we used to have. All right. So Pisces this week, you is flash with the cash and don't keep it hidden in a stash. Be a blessing to those and you will be blessed. All right. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, can you believe we spun around that big Zodiac wheel? Got my head spinning. Ooh, and my shirt's spinning. Look at that. Can you see the Zodiac wheel spinning in my shirt? It's like, I'm telling you, Psychic Bob is cray about his astrology. I got on my pendant. For those of you who tuned in late, glad you're here. So you might have missed. I'm wearing one of my cool Aquarius charms today. A little silver Aquarius man pouring water. I don't know if you can see that. Some glare here. There you go. Anyways, well, who wants to ask an astrology question? Ponderous Pros, I'm giving you the first one since you won the quiz. And if you'd like to ask me something, I'll make sure to get it in for you tonight. So Ponderous Pros, there you are. Good, thank you. He says, hold on just a second, Ponderous Pros. I got to answer Christine. Christine says, yes, we had a 76 Oldsmobile. We called it the Yacht. Oh my God, I remember those cars, Christine. Wow. You know, I had an uncle who had a 1976 Lincoln Continental. He had a Cadillac. He had a 76 Cadillac and a 76 Continental. The cars of the 70s were amazing. I love it. Thank you for sharing. All right, Ponderous Pros, who won our quiz tonight. Thank you for your long time support here. Ponderous Pros says, my question is, how do I make the most of my Pisces part of fortune? Well, you know, Ponderous Pros, what you want to think about is, first of all, you want to know right now that as a Pisces, you're poised to receive, or you may have already received. The astrology looks like you're kind of on the cusp of having just received or about to receive material blessings. But what it says, the way that the alignments are with the houses and planets, it says for Pisces to have greater happiness, they have to share the abundance with people. And that abundance, it's all connected to the second, I think it's the second house, which is the house of sharing. So to have a blessing, You have to share a blessing. So for you, in terms of, Pisces is the part of fortune. It's really about sharing that, the alignments. Now, you also have Neptune aligned in your sign right now. And Neptune is the ruling planet of Pisces. So that means also that you have the ability to channel success and fortune. And when we talk about channeling, as I always say, channeling is simply the act of saying, I choose to receive from the higher power. So if you have an area in your life where you feel like you're still struggling in the money area, maybe you need a raise, right? Like, I haven't got a raise in 3 years. Sit and visualize your boss sending a raise to you. Draw that energy into you, hold it, and watch, then release it back to the cosmos. Because you have a gift right now with that Neptune alignment to channel in, create, and then send it back into the universe. And I think that if you do that, you're really going to see how you start to manifest more. Okay. So it's a channeling process, and you got Neptune. Now, another thing you can do is, if you can find like blue and green candles, you can anoint those with a Zodiac oil, such as the Neptune oil, and carve or paint on the glass, if you have glass candles, or carve on the candles the symbol of the planet Neptune. You can look that up online. I won't explain all that now. It's like a pitchfork. And then burn candles to draw down the energy of Neptune. That will also strengthen your psychic connection and help you to manifest right now, because it's all about manifesting. Okay. Does that help? I hope that answers your question. Thank you so very much. Wonderful. Christine C's talking about her car, and she says that it was a 1976 Oldsmobile. She said, oh, hold on, I just lost it, Christine. She said it was so long in length, my mom could fit like 15 kids in that thing. No seatbelt laws back then. Isn't that true? Yeah. I'm telling you, the cars in the 70s, if you, all of you who didn't grow up around them or with them, you really missed out, because our cars in the 70s were amazing. I know it's not politically correct to say I love it and I wish we could go back to those cars, but I really do wish we could. I think they were great. And we always felt safe in a car. Like, even if you got in a car accident, and you were so sheltered in those giant cars, It was like a yacht almost, those cars. Others says, thank you. I absolutely have those candles and ingredients for an oil and can do this tonight. Yeah, well, you're right. You've got the perfect alignment, because literally your ruling planet is right in your sign. I think it's in the second house. So that makes it really like a great time to do this. So yeah, that's a good question. I'm glad you understand that and are open to it. Yeah. Christine says, LOL, no, those cars are too heavy. They're like tanks. Yeah, they were like tanks. Baroness Kolobob says, got a question, my king. Can you read out Capricorn? You want to focus on your higher self. You want to align with your higher self and listen to the higher self to attain your goals. If you're a Capricorn, for you Cappies, don't listen to everybody's advice. Not that you can't listen to it, but filter it through your higher self, because your higher self will give you the true answer. So, sometimes, we get thousands of people like, do this, do that, and then you get confused. Well, if you're a Capricorn, this week says, shut the voices out, go within. Our higher self is like our own spiritual self. It's the golden light version of ourselves. And you can visualize the higher self like your own self as a clone of you, but in golden light, and have a conversation. Listen to that advice, and then you're sure to succeed. So focus on your goals. It's all about goal attainment, but goal attainment through the higher self's direction, not just willy-nilly out in the world doing stuff. It's about working with them. If you do that, then you will achieve your goals that you're setting. All right. I hope that helps, Bears. Thank you for your service tonight in the chat. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Oh, she said I'm allowed to say my favorite word. horrified. Whew, I got permission since I did that. All right. Whew. All right. Did somebody else have an astrology question? Huh? No? Maybe not tonight. All right, there's a therapist. Hey, therapist, good to see you. Says, hey, Bob, I have a question about Mercury retrograde. I heard they were going into it again. So how do they really affect us? Thank you. You know what? I got to look at the charts. I haven't found out what date that starts. But Mercury retrograde is when, for example, in an astrology chart, you have planets placed. So like, let's say Mercury is placed here. Instead of flowing with the chart, it appears that it moves backwards while the other planets are moving forwards. When that happens, what that means is that you need to be very careful with communications. Mercury retrograde tends to make people say the wrong things. It also makes electronics go weird. And it also is a dangerous time in Mercury retrograde to commit to any contracts, especially long-term contracts. So if you have to enter into any legal agreements, try to do it outside of Mercury retrograde. But if it can't be helped, you need to have a lawyer double, triple check contracts or anything you're signing in Mercury retrograde. You'll also find that in Mercury retrograde, it's very easy to have people misunderstand you. You could say the simplest thing, like somebody says, how do I get to the coffee break room? And you say, go down the hall, 2 doors down and turn right. And they'll come back and say, well, I went down the hall, I went 3 doors down and left like you said. And you're like, that's not what I said. They're like, you told me go 3 doors and turn left. You'll say, no, I told you go 2 doors, turn right. These sort of miscommunications are very easy to have happen in Mercury retrograde. People get confused. And sometimes people can even be a little volatile because they're all talking, but nobody's on the same page. So you got to slow down your speech. I always tell people, put stuff in writing as much as you can, like email people, text people, because then it's right in front of them. They can't say you told them something wrong. Okay, so that's how you want to handle Mercury retrograde. We'll do a whole show on Mercury retrograde when we get into it, but I'll check the alignments and let you guys know when that is. I'm going to be doing, of course, my daily astrology forecast. So you'll see, I'll announce that when it happens. Thank you, therapist. I hope that answers your question. Baroness Golubov says, oh, I bloody hate Mercury retrograde since everybody loopy. It does sometimes. You know, I used to work at a company where I was in charge of the phones part of the day. You know, when the execs were out, I would handle their calls. And the phone system would go down. The IT people would call and say, oh, the phones are down. And I would check my astrology and discover, oh, it's Mercury retrograde. I could set the clock to the phones going down by Mercury retrograde. It was every time it happened, like right to the dot. And I started telling the IT people, so it was Mercury retrograde. And they're like, oh, we don't believe it. That's crazy. So I started calling them the day ahead of time. And I'd say to the IT guys, I'd say, you know, the phones are going to go down tomorrow. Oh, Bob, why do you say that? Because Mercury's going to retrograde tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon. And I'm telling you, 12 o'clock noon the next day, the phone system would crash. We couldn't get any calls through, or the voicemails wouldn't work. It just went crazy. So I'm a big believer in Mercury retrograde. Not my favorite time. But as I always say, and therapists, this is the part I want you to hear as well. Listen up. Do not let an astrologer or an astrological alignment tell you to cancel your whole life. I know astrologers on YouTube will say, oh, Mercury's retrograde, just cancel your whole life for the next month. Don't go out of your house. Don't do anything. That is not the way to live. I always say that when we have a challenging aspect in the astrology, look at that as forewarned, as forearmed, meaning you can go into your life, do your stuff, but know what your obstacles are. And that way you can get around them or over them. And they don't block you up so much. So let's say, for example, that you want to sell your house during Mercury retrograde, okay? And an astrologer says, oh, wait, don't sell your house. But during Mercury retrograde, somebody comes and offers you, $1 million for your house. It was on sale for $200,000 and you're getting $1 million. I wouldn't cancel the deal. But what I do in Mercury retrograde is I double check it, make sure they put it in writing, then a lawyer ratifies it. Don't just take it for words' sake. Get everything in writing. And you can still do business in Mercury retrograde as long as you do it securely. So don't give up on living during Mercury retrograde. I actually know people, I'm not joking. I know people who I will call them and they'll say, sorry, Bob, I can't talk today. Mercury's retrograde. I'm staying off the phone and I'm not going out of the house. And I think, what a way to live. I mean, it's okay if you want a quiet day and you just don't want to go out, but to not go out because you're afraid of Mercury retrograde. That's not how we want to use astrology. But as I'm warning you, there are psychics on YouTube and astrologers who will tell you to live like that, and just don't do it. Right? You have control over your life. Baroness Colbeb says, I hibernate during Mercury retrograde. LOL. Don't do that, Baroness. You can be in the world. Just be doubly careful. That's all. Christine C has a question. She says, can we command the stars and the planets and not let them command us? It's a good question. I don't think it's really an issue of us commanding them or them really commanding us. I believe that everything in the cosmos releases energy. We release energy from our bodies. Have you ever been around somebody you just feel like, oh, their energy's off and just feel weird? You don't feel comfortable? The planets release energy. Some days the planets release energy that's all happy and light. And some days they release vibes that feel a little wonky. So I don't think it's that anybody controls anybody. I think it's about knowing what the good vibes are and taking those into your life and using the best you can, trying to avoid situations where the bad vibes are. For example, as I said in my class, by the way, this past Sunday, we taught a class on the mysteries of the planet Mars. And I said that, Mars in the astrology chart can be a really great influence for inspiration or a very bad destructive influence. And it just depends on its alignments and its placements. Does that mean that when Mars is negatively placed, everything's disastrous and wiped out? No, but it does mean be careful with your dealings. So I don't think we can necessarily change the planets and their energies, but we can work with them or around them. Anyways, I hope that answers that. All right. Well, listen, guys, we are at our hour. I don't know where the time goes. Oh, wait, hold on. One more question. Robert Stevens says, I tried giving Mercury $5 not to go into retrograde this week. Didn't work this time. I don't know. When all else fails, maybe we should resort to bribery. That's really good, Robert. That's great. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, listen, I thank you for being here. If you didn't see it every morning, check. If you're follow me, go follow me on Instagram and TikTok or here on YouTube. It'll be on all three platforms. Tomorrow morning, hopefully around 10 a.m., I'll put out an astrology short. I'm doing everyday little astrology shorts. I think you'll enjoy them. So definitely check it out. I'm using a new set for that, so you'll get a different background. I'm going to start filming in a new area soon regularly, but for right now, I'm just doing the shorts in a new background, new set, so go check it out. You guys are best. PsychicBob loves you. Thank you for being here, and you guys rock it. And we'll be back here tomorrow in the morning for today's astrology with Psychic Bob, and we'll be back here at 12 o'clock noon for messages from the spirit world. We're going to do live psychic readings tomorrow, so make sure to be here 12 o'clock noon. On Tuesdays, remember, we always do a live broadcast early in the day. Tuesdays at 12. So join us tomorrow for messages from the spirit world. I look forward to seeing you guys. I love you. Blessed be. And like I always say, I have to end with this. If you're at a time of struggle in your life, don't give in to despair. Just pause, take a deep breath, and look to the stars. Because the zodiac wheel is always spinning. And what that means is that each day brings new alignments, new energies, and new possibilities. So let the stars be your allies on your journey. Let them be your friend. Keep a little faith, a little hope, a little love in your heart, and you're going to make it. Thank you for being here. I love you guys. Blessed be, and good night.